I hope you're having a great summer, and I wanted to let you know that home prices appreciated 8% year over year for the month of May, which is huge, and new listings are up a lot, and closed sales are not pacing with the amount of new listings, and so that is creating an opportunity in the market with those homes that have been sitting a little bit longer. For buyers, there's more negotiating power for a buyer if the home's been on the market for a little bit, because homes are selling on average in 11 days. But if it has been sitting for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe even longer, that gives the buyer a little bit more negotiating power. And especially I've noticed the homes that are sitting might need a little bit of work. So if you are a buyer with some vision, or you know a buyer who has some vision for what a house could look like if it was updated, this is a good solid market for buyers like that. And what that means on the selling side is that you really want to try to have your house looking as good as possible when it goes on market. And that does not mean it needs to be completely, perfectly updated. It just needs to be clean. It needs to be presented well and have all of its best features shown off and then priced right. You just cannot overprice in this market. It really can make it tricky to get your house sold, or you have to do a bunch of price reductions and then buyers start asking what's wrong with the house. So that is kind of the latest in the market. And they also wanted to talk about the National Association of Realtors lawsuit and the new rules that are coming in place. We are still waiting on all the final details coming from like the Omaha Area Board of Realtors. So on the Omaha side, we do know that in Iowa, I'm licensed in Iowa as well, that starting July 1st, in order to see a house, in order to go if you wanted to schedule a showing in Iowa with me, we would have to sign an buyer agency agreement prior to that showing. So that is going to be the national rule. So that will be happening in Nebraska as well. But Nebraska doesn't have the exact date yet. It has to be done for sure by August 15th because that's coming from the courts. But I would guess it'll be a little bit before August 15th for Nebraska, but we don't have the exact date yet. But we do in Iowa, so July 1st, that's you're going to sign that. So this will just mean that in order to tour a house, you're probably going to have to kind of figure out what realtor you're going to be wanting to work with, and it'll put an emphasis on buyer consults before actually going and looking at properties. So then everybody's on the same page, compensation is discussed, everything will be discussed prior to going and looking at a home. And that also means that in Iowa and soon to be Nebraska as well, you'll have the buyer's agency commission will not be in the MLS, so sellers can still offer it, but it won't be able to be marketed on the MLS. It'll just have to be via agent-to-agent communication and then communicated with all of the parties. So everything is obviously fully disclosed and everybody knows exactly what's going on. So that's kind of the latest. Let me know if you have any questions.